Hi, welcome back to Finally Revealed. In this episode, I want to clear up some information about going to court to transfer property after someone has passed away. I have several videos talking about wills, about trusts, about property transfers that can occur, can be set up before someone dies and then followed through after they die. Some of these require court filings. Some of them require court filings and court appearances. So I want to try to clear that up just a little bit. If there is a will that has a trust with it, and the property described in the will and the property owned by the person who died is all contained in the trust, you still have to file the will. There are requirements in each state for when that will has to be filed, so you need to learn about that. It's just a filing. Nothing formal has to go forward if everything was taken care of and the assets were properly and completely put into trust. Talk to your attorney, but a filing will have to be made. It's a placeholder. All right, that's number one. Number two, a will with no trust. Yes, you're going to have to go to court, again, file it. If there is real estate involved, then you're going to have to get permission from the court to sell it if there was not any conveyance of the property or whatever the will provides, and to have the court decree who are the heirs, who's listed in the will, what property was there when the person died, and who gets what and how that's going to happen. Then there are different state rules on who can do what or challenge it, etc., but that's generally how that works. If there are transfers set up by the person before they got sick and died or before they died that put other people on their assets so that they owned things together, then the death certificate, in some cases, for example, real estate, would then be recorded. But if the person is already on the bank account, already on the car, already on some other assets, there isn't anything else that has to go to court. It just transfers. Another subdivision or similar thing like that is where there are transfer on death. You don't want to put someone else on your house now because you don't want to have their signature when you decide to sell it. And you're healthy, you're not planning on going anywhere, but you do have a transfer on death deed prepared so that when you die they can go ahead and record that, but you're not doing it now. So then in those situations, depending upon where you live, some things may require a filing in court, some may not. And there are all kinds of different types of estates that the different states have, depending upon dollar amount. You don't have to go into some big blown out, drawn out thing. If it goes by usually the type of asset that was left behind and the value. So there can be fairly quick procedures for these. It's not, huge expense, but if you have to go to court, there are procedures that have to be followed and there are certain time frames. Then finally, intestate succession is when the person dies owning assets and has not created a will. So the court's going to follow the rules that I outlined in a previous video on who gets what. It goes down first, their descendants, and then it goes up to their predecessors, their parents, grandparents, whatnot. Yes, you have to file a petition or complaint or request, whatever it's called in your state, to declare the heirs, to identify the property, and to divide it up. So yes, there would be a court proceeding for that. When you have a will, the person who is going to be in charge of filling out reports and doing things is called the executor or the executrix. When there is not a will, then there's still a person appointed, can be called the personal representative, sometimes the administrator. So I hope that was helpful. If it was, give me a thumbs up. Leave any comments or questions below. These videos are under the property playlist, and I have several of them, so check around there. That might help you. Check the state laws of where you live, because there are some minor deviations. Share this with someone that might benefit. Subscribe to see the other videos, and come back and see me next time. Thanks for watching.